Upper90studios.com.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm back from vacation in Florida. It was one of the best times I've ever had with my family. Yes, we have new pet turtles now. Of course, I was away from you guys for a bit, so I'm sorry about all the missed comments and messages. Taking complete breaks from work, whether it's vacation, spending time with your kids, playing a sport, what it does is it allows your mind to live completely in that moment. Even if you love what you do, taking time to shut down from work allows you to stay energized, focused, and creative. So on today's video, I'm going to start with a full Game Week 21 review, 76 points. I'm also going to show you my watch list and transfer plan for Game Week 22. Plus the big question for the mini double Game Week 24, which is better, 2 Liverpool defenders or 2 Liverpool attackers? There's no time to waste, so if you're curious about my team scores while I was away, I'm adding a quick summary of those game weeks on the Game Week 22 blog post at upper90studios.com. See the link in the description. The festive fixtures, they were like a roller coaster ride for my team, starting at 569K Game Week 18, dropping dangerously close to the Millionaires Club. Now it's back to 570K after a huge score last week, which I'm going to cover now. Here we go, Game Week 21 review, 76 points, big green arrows. This time I'm going to work top to bottom, starting with the forwards. Danny Ings, incredible goal and a deserved win against Tottenham. Ings has now scored 12 goals in his last 15 league games. Southampton are facing a difficult run of fixtures. Since the start of last season, only Sergio Aguero has more league goals against Big Six clubs than Ings. Ings doesn't necessarily play the Big Six clubs next, but he can score against strong opponents. Whether to start or bench Ings away at Leicester will factor in my transfer plan Game Week 22. Raul Jimenez, 2 points. This was the most frustrated I've seen Wolves this season. I probably shouldn't even mention this because he is in my FPL team, but in the final minutes, Jimenez smacked the ball out of the ball boy's hand, and he's lucky that it's not being looked into. Watford, they were excellent yet again. First to every ball, and they were dangerous on the counter. I've added some of their players to my watch list, which I'm going to reveal later. Jamie Vardy, 0 points. He was left out yet again, which is not a big surprise during the holidays, especially since his wife just had a baby. Vardy, he wasn't my captain Game Week 21. He wasn't even my vice captain. My instinct was to give the armband to a midfielder, and that was Mo Salah, 20 points, captain. He scored from Robertson's cross after just 4 minutes, but he deserved a hat-trick and the assist to Mane. Salah was denied by Henderson with a brilliant save, and he hit the post, although I think he meant to chip it to a teammate. Sadio Mane, 8 points. He was less involved, but what's unique about Mane is that he can have a quiet game and still score. Who's the more exciting player for FPL? I prefer players who create lots of chances, so the edge goes to Salah, who has one of the highest point ceilings in the game. James Maddison, 11 points. No Vardy, no problem for Maddison, who scored a brilliant goal from outside the box on his weaker left foot, and he smashed it into the top corner, plus the clean sheet point and maximum bonus. Maddison ticks all the boxes for FPL. He's always a threat from set pieces, direct and indirect free kicks. He has the ability to find Vardy making runs in behind the defense, and if those defenses sit deep, Maddison can punish them. Since the start of last season, Maddison has scored more league goals from outside the box than any other player. Jack Grealish, 13 points. He came off the bench in place of Vardy for my team with a goal, an assist, and all 3 bonus points, but he was also denied another goal by VAR. It's going to be interesting to see if Villa target a new forward in this transfer window, and my vote is on Mitrovic from Fulham. 25 goals in 27 games in all competitions this season. A physical striker with a solid scoring record at the top level, and he could be another option for us in fantasy. Adama Traore, 2 points. Wolves had just 1 attempt on target in the first half. He tried to make things happen in the second, running at defenders and putting balls into the box. He probably deserved a return for his effort, but the forwards, they were marked out of this game. Kevin De Bruyne, 2 points. Some heavy touches, things didn't quite come off for him in this game. One positive is that he was given a full rest in the FA Cup, and he was excellent in City's 3-1 win over United in the League Cup. According to our fixture difficulty cheat sheet, City attackers face opponents with strong defenses. Should managers consider a swap to Salah or Mane for Game Week 24? I'll share my thoughts on De Bruyne later in the video. By the way, the latest update to our fixture difficulty cheat sheet was sent out to email subscribers a few days ago. It's currently on Game Week 22 to Game Week 30, and it includes the mini double Game Week 24. The cheat sheet uses a unique algorithm to set team strength, and it's updated throughout the season. Our free fixture difficulty cheat sheet is available only to email subscribers. Go to upper90studios.com, click the fantasy tab at the top, and you'll see the sign-up box. Defenders, Ben Chilwell, 6 points, dominant 3-0 win away at Newcastle. Brendan Rodgers has been using Chilwell and Pereira as wing-backs with 3 central defenders, which could increase their clean sheet potential. Chilwell kept another clean sheet and provided an assist in Leicester's FA Cup win over Wigan. Alexander-Arnold, 6 points. Liverpool are looking strong defensively with 4 consecutive clean sheets. Crystal Palace, Vicente Guaita, 3 points. James Tompkins, 2 points. Guaita has been a standout in goal for Palace, who are one of the most stubborn defenses to break down. They face 3 strong attacking sides next, then they have a clear run all the way through game week 30. Is it worth spending a transfer on the goalkeeper in the short term? For now, I'm leaning toward keeping Guaita and possible save points. James Tompkins is my sneaky differential against the experts who own Martin Kelly. Tompkins scored 10 points game week 20 with a towering header from a set piece, but Crystal Palace have now conceded 1 goal in each of their last 5 games. Another concern is something that happened in the FA Cup that could affect Tompkins' scoring potential, and that's coming up next with the transfer plan for game week 22. When making transfers, I usually plan with the next 2 or 3 games in mind, and I always look at the long run to see if there are any big obstacles ahead. So in order to create this week's transfer plan, I want to start by checking the mini double game week 24. Which combination is better, double Liverpool defenders or double Liverpool attackers? My answer is that every FPL team is different. Double Liverpool defenders can make more sense for my team, while Salah and Mane can be the right fit for yours. Both options could result in similar points totals. We can all succeed with different combinations of players. But we have to take into account transfer hits, fixtures, matchups. If bringing in Salah with Mane requires a big transfer hit, now that premium player has to make up those points, and it could be on his own if the move required sacrificing a solid starter in order to free up those funds. For example, which is the better option? Salah with Robertson and Maddison and no hits, or Salah, Mane, Cantwell with a possible transfer hit? In my case, for my team, I'm leaning toward double Liverpool defenders, and here's why. First, it's simple. 1 transfer, no hits. Any new problems and surprises that may come between now and the double game week, they're easier to deal with. The team is ready now for the double game week and in the long term. I might even have the option to bank a transfer this week, then I can use 2 free transfers next week while avoiding hits. Number 2, this team structure with a strong bench and rotation helped my team rise from 2.7 million to 500k in the overall rank in 1 month. Of course, I'm not locked into any secret formula. I haven't even ruled out the option of 2 premium Liverpool attackers. But for now, I like the flexibility to select who to start and bench depending on the fixture. For example, Lundstrom plays Manchester City game week 24. I could bench him for Grealish, who plays Watford, red versus green. Number 3, every factor counts. James Tompkins is a great differential, and I'm grateful for his 10 points when he scored game week 20. But something happened in the FA Cup. Milivojevic picked up a red card, which means he is now suspended for 3 games. When I said Tompkins was due a goal in a recent video, it was because he's a threat in the air from attacking set pieces. Milivojevic has created 31 chances for Crystal Palace this season, 20 of them from set pieces, which is the same number as Kevin De Bruyne. I believe Hodgson is contesting that red card, so I'm keeping a close eye on the final verdict. And another reason, price-wise, a more straightforward option for the mini double game week could be to sell De Bruyne for Mane. Manchester City face a run of games against strong opponent defenses. The problem is, I was watching Wolves against City with my dad in Florida game week 19. City were up 2-1, De Bruyne had an assist, then Guardiola subbed them off around the 60th minute. De Bruyne was clearly not happy, and he exchanged words with Pep. I remember my dad and I talking about it. Wolves were still in this game. De Bruyne knew this. Guardiola took a risk. He wanted to rest De Bruyne. Then Jimenez scored and provided an assist. Wolves fought back from 2 goals down to win 3-2. The point is, De Bruyne raises his game when things get tough, and that's a reason to keep him through this tricky run of fixtures. So what's the plan for game week 22? Plan A is to do nothing. Rolling the transfer means 2 free transfers next week. I would start Ings away at Leicester game week 22, which is reasonable given his form. If I still want to go for Robertson next week, but prices change, I now have 2 free transfers to make a small cut in another position while still avoiding hits. Plan B is to make a move for Robertson now, using the free transfer. This would use up all the funds, leaving 0.0 in the bank. I would start Robertson game week 22, although Tottenham is not the easiest to predict. And I would bench Ings against Leicester, which could pay off as I also have Chilwell against Southampton. Keep in mind that I haven't made any transfers this week. the best place to check if I've confirmed any transfers is on the latest blog post at upper90studios.com. See the link in the description. Sometimes my watch list is stacked with players I'm very likely to bring in. This watch list is not that. This watch list is more so I don't get caught off guard if things change. I want to have some options to solve potential problems quickly. Let's go through it. Just like Crystal Palace, Sheffield United, and Brighton defensive players have excellent fixtures after the mini double game week 24, so I've added some of the players just in case. Remember that my current plan is to keep Guaita through game week 30. Robertson is at the top of the defenders list. Joe Gomez also makes the cut, but I'm not sure if he's a guaranteed starter once other players return from injury. Soyuncu is an option to free up funds, but the window to bring him in could be closing as fixtures for the Leicester defenders turn for the worse after game week 24. Sidibe and Kolasinac, they have also impressed in recent weeks, but I'm not sure if I can trust them just yet. Mane is at the top of the list for the attackers, although I'm currently looking into a defensive double-up with Robertson. Watford attackers, Doucouré, Sarr, Deulofeu. Watford have been fighting, and they deserve credit for recent performances. Their attackers now face a run of 4 games with favorable fixtures. I've included a few Brighton differentials who provide decent value for their potential, and fixtures are also on their side. I'm keeping a close eye on Calvert-Lewin, and even though I've had a hard time trusting him in the past, things could be different under Carlo Ancelotti. Quick note on game week 20, Calvert-Lewin was close to being sent off with a strong challenge on Fernandinho. Oh, and I always keep a few of the cheapest bench options in each position as they allow for a super strong starting 11 at the expense of squad depth. Experimenting with different strategies, even if they don't come off as expected, will only make you stronger in the future. Thank you so much for sticking around while I was away. Thanks for all the likes and comments as always, and I wish you a happy new year. So that's going to be a wrap for today. Stay tuned for my next video. If you like my music, all my songs are free to download on the website. See the link in the description. Be sure to follow at Upper90 Studios on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, where you'll get an inside scoop before YouTube. And if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe and turn on your post notifications because this season is going to be epic. Don't forget to subscribe to our email list and get your free fixture difficulty cheat sheet. Click the fantasy tab at upper90studios.com. If you're on a computer, it's at the top right of the page. If you're on the phone, it's at the bottom. Thanks for watching. See you soon.